All right, so today we're going to dive deep, how we do, into some ancient Indian wisdom.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's fascinating stuff, right? Timeless.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
And I think today's story really going to resonate with a lot of people out there.
I think so.
Yeah. Because we're talking about how to get through tough times.
Yeah.
Crises. Those moments where you're like, how am I going to get through this?
And we all have them, right?
Absolutely.
And it's not just about getting through it, but, like understanding like, hey, I'm worth something even when things are falling apart.
Exactly. And we're getting this wisdom from the Upanishads, right?
Yeah. These ancient texts, like full of just incredible insights,
Powerful stuff. And the specific story we're looking at is called...
This one's really grabbed me.
It's a good one.
The Trials of Ushasti Chakrayana.
Okay, so imagine this, right?
Yeah.
We're in the land of the Kurus.
Okay.
And there's this horrible famine going on.
Like really bad.
Like devastating.
Yeah.
Fields or empty crops are gone.
Locusts? Man.
Locusts ate everything. And to make matters even worse, they got hit by like these crazy thunderstorms too.
Oh.
The Chandogya Upanishad tells us all about it. It's in the first chapter, 10th section, verse 1.
Setting the scene.
Yeah. And it introduces us to this guy, Ushasti.
Okay.
Son of a sage.
Yeah.
A wise man, Rishi Chakra.
Right.
And Ushasti and his wife are living in this village, owned by an elephant keeper.
Okay.
And they're just struggling to survive.
I mean, talk about hitting rock bottom, right? Like first the locusts, then the storms. It's like...
It's relentless.
Everything's against them.
Yeah, and that really sets the stage for, the tough choices they have to make.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So they lost everything, right? Their home, their livelihood.
Brutal.
So they have no choice but to beg for food.
It's like their only option.
Yeah, and one day they're wandering through this village of elephant keepers, and they see this mahout.
Mahout?
Yeah, that's the guy who takes care of the elephants.
Okay.
And he's sitting under a tree eating khichdi. Yeah, it's like this simple dish made of rice and lentils.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, basic. But, it's food.
Right.
And Ushasti sees this, and he's desperate. So he goes up to the mahout and asks for alms.
I can only imagine how hard that must have been.
Oh, absolutely.
Like swallowing your pride to beg.
Yeah. And the mahout's like, look, man, all I got is this khichdi.
Can't spare anything else.
Yeah. And Ushasti, in his desperation, he's like, can I please just have a little bit of that?
Wow.
And the mahout, to his credit, he's like, okay, sure.
That's kind.
Yeah. And he even offers Ushasti some leftover water from his clay pot.
Okay, but here's the thing that really gets me.
Well, I know, right?
Ushasti takes the khichdi but refuses the water.
It's like, wait, what? You're starving and you're turning down water?
Exactly.
And even the mahout's confused. He's like, but isn't this khichdi my leftover too?
Right, like what's the difference?
And this is where Ushasti explains his reasoning, and it's actually really profound.
Lay it on.
He says, look, I'm dying of hunger. There's no other food anywhere.
So the khichdi is like essential.
Exactly. It's about survival.
Okay, I get that.
But he says, I don't need the water that badly.
Interesting.
I could probably find fresh water somewhere else.
So it's not about just refusing leftovers.
It's about drawing a line.
Yeah.
Even in this terrible situation, he's holding on to some of his dignity.
It's like he's saying, I have to compromise to survive, but I won't compromise more than I have to.
Exactly. It's about agency, even when it seems like he has no choices.
It's a powerful lesson, right? Like even when things are rough, there might be areas where you can still make a choice.
Absolutely.
To hold on to your standards.
So Ushasti takes that little bit of khichdi and shares it with his wife.
Oh, man.
And later on, his wife manages to get some more food from someone.
Bless that person.
And she saves some of it.
Wow, even though they're still starving, she's thinking about the future.
It's that little glimmer of hope, right?
That resilience, like, I'm not giving up.
Exactly.
There's got to be something better coming.
And that's when things start to turn around.
Okay, how so?
Word gets out that a king in a nearby kingdom is organizing this huge yajna.
A yajna.
It's like a super important sacred fire ritual.
Okay.
And Ushasti hears about this and he's like, this is my chance.
Oh, I see it.
He knows all about these rituals. He's like, I can lead this thing.
He's got the skill.
And the rewards for leading a yajna for a king, those could set them up for life.
So he sees a way out.
He does.
But it's not just about the money, right?
No, it's about proving himself.
Yeah, using his knowledge to get back on his feet.
Exactly. And that's a huge takeaway for anyone listening.
What's up?
Even in tough times, even when you feel like you've lost everything, you still have your skills, your knowledge.
You got that right.
Don't forget that.
Don't ever forget that.
So Ushasti tells his wife about his plan, and she's amazing.
What does she do?
She gives him that kishti she'd been saving.
Oh, man.
She knows he needs it for the journey.
She's got his back.
Yeah, so he sets off for the yajna.
What a journey that must have been.
I know, right? And when he gets there, oh, man, it's like this huge spectacle.
I bet.
They built this magnificent pavilion, and there's all these priests getting ready.
The big leagues, huh?
Yeah, you got the Brahma, the Hotri, the Advaryu, the Udgata.
Wow, he knows all the names.
They're like the top priests, each with their specific role in the ritual.
Very intricate stuff.
And the king is there too, all decked out in his royal finery.
Overseeing everything.
Yep. And then Ushasti, this tired traveler, just walks right into the middle of it all.
Bold move.
He doesn't hesitate. He goes straight up to the priests.
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
And he's like, listen, you guys better be really careful with this ritual.
Oh, man.
One mistake and your reputations are toast.
Straight to the point.
You can imagine these priests are like, what? Who is this guy?
Right. They've probably been preparing for weeks.
And they start whispering amongst themselves, getting all nervous.
I mean, Ushasti's basically saying, I know this stuff better than you.
He is.
It's a power move.
And it works. The king hears all the commotion, and he's like, what's going on here?
Intrigued?
He sees this guy, Ushasti, and asks him, who are you?
Big reveal.
And Ushasti simply says, I am Ushasti Chakrayana.
Whom?
And the king's face lights up. He's like, Ushasti, I've been looking everywhere for you.
It's like a movie.
It is. The king explains how he'd been searching high and low for Ushasti to lead this yajna.
He knew Ushasti was the best.
He did. He only settled for these other priests when he couldn't find Ushasti.
Wow, so Ushasti shows up just in the nick of time.
It's like fate, right?
It really is.
No, the king's like, please, Ushasti, you have to lead the ritual.
He's their savior.
But Ushasti, he's been through a lot. He knows his worth.
I bet he does.
He says, okay, but I have one condition.
This is it.
I get all the rewards meant for all the priests.
Whoa, he's not messing around.
Nope. The other priests can still help out, but he gets all the compensation.
I mean, after everything he's been through.
Right. He deserves it.
It's not just about greed, it's about respect.
Exactly. He's reclaiming his value.
It's a powerful statement.
The king thinks about it for a second and agrees.
King.
And so the yajna begins with Ushasti at the helm.
I bet it was amazing.
It was perfect. Every chant, every offering, every gesture flawless.
A master at work.
At the end, the king receives all the blessings, and Ushasti even takes the time to correct the other priests.
Showing them up a bit.
Just a little, gently guiding them.
They must have been humbled.
Oh yeah, for sure. So with his reward in hand, Ushasti leaves the yajna, his dignity restored, his purpose renewed.
What a story.
Right. So much we can learn from Ushasti's trials.
Yeah, like what?
Well, first off, sometimes you got to make tough choices to survive.
Like Ushasti taking the leftover kichdi.
Yeah. When you're facing starvation, you do what you got to do.
But then he refused the water.
Exactly. That shows us that compromise has its limits.
It's about knowing your worth.
Yes. Even when you're down and out,
Yeah.
you don't have to compromise everything.
You get to decide where you draw the line.
And then there's that moment where he demands the full reward.
Yeah, that's a big one.
He knows what he's worth. He's not afraid to ask for it.
Especially after everything he's been through.
It's about recognizing your value, your
Yeah.
skills, your knowledge.
Right? Even if you've hit a rough patch.
Don't let go of that.
Never.
Ushasti's story. It's a reminder that even when things are tough, you can still rise above your circumstances.
Use what you have to get back on your feet.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to claim what you deserve.
So what are you saying? Like, even if we've had to make compromises to get by,
Exactly. We shouldn't let those define us.
we can still come back stronger.
Exactly. When the opportunity comes, be ready to seize it.
Show the world what you can do.
Yes.
Mm.
Just like Ushasti.
Mm.
So for everyone listening, think about this. Where do you draw the line when it comes to compromise?
Good question.
And what opportunities are out there for you to step up and really shine?
Even when things are tough, there's always a chance to show your worth.
This story, it's a powerful reminder of that.
And it makes you think you know.
It does. It really does.